Well, hey, what's up, everybody? Tom Miller here. Happy Saturday. I'm out here getting a little walk in, and I thought I would just share something that has been pretty obvious to me lately, and that is that is that let's go. It's better to go deep than to go wide. It's better to go deep than to go wide. And here's what I mean by that. My son loves playing NHL. Well, I love playing NHL 21 with my son too on his PlayStation. And so, but we haven't played in a while because he's gotten a Nintendo Switch and a bunch of other new games. And he says this morning, he says, "Hey, Dad, you want to play NHL today?" And I go, "Yeah, I would love it. We haven't played in a while." And he said, "Yeah, but all you do is one timers." Now, for you who don't know hockey, one timers, when the puck comes to you, you shoot it immediately into the net, right? One time. It's like you don't stop it, it just goes. And I said, yeah, that's because I always score that way, and that's how I always win. And it made me really think about, right? What's working for you? What what is what in your life, what in your school, what in your leadership? I mean, what's working for you? Because one of the challenges that I see is that we tend to drift away from what works for us. Now, last week I was in a mastermind group, a weekend mastermind, a weekend retreat, and this topic came up, right? Looking back at your life through a timeline of awareness, and I'll share that exercise out here um, in this community. Uh, what when you've gotten success, right? When success has come to you, when you've earned success or when you've achieved, what was the framework? It's looking back, timeline awareness, your life in 5 years at a time. What was the framework that got you that success? And I was really, really thinking about it. I was like, the only thing like I've achieved, but the only thing that I've really achieved at a high level was when I stopped gambling. When I stopped gambling 16 years ago, and this is what I told my mentor. I was like, I've never gambled. I had gambled for 10 straight years, and then I've stopped right for 16, and it was a challenge, to get there. He said, well, what was the thing? What was the strategy, right? Or what was the inspiration? And I said, well, one of the guys in the Gamblers Anonymous room said that he had never relapsed. Because I was like, there's no way I'll be able to get through this without gambling. He said, well, I've never relapsed. And I said, oh, well, then I'm not going to relapse either, right? So at that point, I started to dive, deeper into the study and participate in the group and make sure I didn't miss a meeting because I didn't want to come home and tell my wife and my family that I had relapsed, right? I had, in a way, gamified it. So that worked for me, right? So in my life, a lot of the things that I do is the same process. It's a surround myself with like-minded people. It's to study one curriculum, and at that it was this little Gamblers Anonymous book, and to just be true to these values and to these expectations and to these actions that these other mentors were teaching. So yesterday, right, and all this is coming to me this morning as my son just asked me to play hockey. So yesterday, I was like, oh my gosh, this just happened yesterday. A principal of Piedmont Community Charter, her name's Jennifer Killian, and it's a great school. It's really come a long way over the last 5 years, and they've asked me to do their board retreat, and I think this is the sixth year in a row. And I said, so what do you want? What do you want me to do? Now, this school has gone from a semi-low enrollment, and they had a C grade on their report card, and they were kind of floundering a little bit. Now they just built a $20 million high school. They have a massive wait list. They've exceeded academic growth year after year. They have a B or an A on their report. I mean, all these amazing things are happening. So, what would you like me to do? She goes, I want you to do the same thing. I want you to come. I want you to talk about roles and responsibilities. I want you to make sure that we're sticking to our priorities. The same thing you've done every single year. And then she started telling me about their professional development plan for the year. And she's like, oh, we're just doing the same thing. We're just going deeper, deeper, deeper in trainings. Teachers love this been doing it for years. It's the same thing we're doing over and over and over. That's why you're successful. You're successful because instead of going wider, instead of like hitting like the high level, you're going deep. You're really going deep. And I started to really think, well, where else have I gone deep? Well, gosh, I've read the book Think and Grow Rich like 10 times, right? Or a part of it like 30 times. Just over and over. Think and Grow Rich is the number one. If you take, move the Bible aside, it's the number one self-development book, right, ever sold. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And I've studied it. I've been in mastermind groups at 5 or 6 over and over and over again. I just keep on studying the practices and the principles of the most successful people on earth. And it's not just a book about getting more money. It's about being rich in all parts of your life. Going deeper, Tom Miller. I'm like, well, what other books have I read a lot? Oh, John Maxwell's 21 Laws of Irrefutable Leadership. Gosh, I've read that book or parts of it probably 50 to 100 times because that's what my company does. We abide by the 21 Laws of Irrefutable Leadership, and we teach those laws, we teach those principles, and we work those principles, and we assess on those principles. Gosh, what else have I read? Oh, As a Man Thinketh. That's right. As a Man Thinketh. Probably easily, 50 to 75 times. It sits in my nightstand. I can read the whole thing in less than an hour. But it's an amazing book about what you think about, you become. And I've gone through mastermind groups and I've studied, and I mean, you could barely like read any of the lines in the page because I've like outlined so many things and I've written notes, right? So, there's probably a couple other books, but those three off the top of my head, I'm just going deeper and deeper and deeper into it. And not just reading the content, but living the principles, living what the author, James Allen, John Maxwell, Napoleon Hill, are teaching. So if you're planning on doing a book study with your staff this year, and you've already done a couple of book studies, think about what worked. What book worked? What author worked? Oh, that's another book. What Great Principles Do Differently by Todd Whitaker. We just finished a book study on it. I've read that book 20 or 30 times. Teaching those principles. There's these books over and over and over again. Don't consume. Live, right? Live and apply. So, if you're doing a book study, think about what books have worked in the past. I would challenge you to go deeper. Do that book again. If you've done a book like Leverage Leadership, read it again. If you've done a book like, Driven by Data, do it again. If you've read, a book like Fish, do it again. And because every single time that you read it, you're going to learn more. Because your awareness is going to be higher, and you're going to really focus on application, because that's the key, everybody. The key is not learning a bunch of things, right? Knowledge is potential power. Applied knowledge is true power. Evaluative experience is where true success is going to hit you. So every day, what went well? What went wrong? What can I do better tomorrow? Every day, what went well? What went wrong? What can I do better tomorrow? Every single day. Because the only promise that tomorrow will be better is for you to work on your growth today. So that's my question to you. Are you going deep or are you going wide? If you're going wide, I'm going to challenge you to go deep and just get really good and just start pruning away those programs in your school that you can't prove. If you can't prove that a program is successful and giving you the results and taking you from here to there, take it out back and shoot it and kill it. If you've got things happening in your life that you're not totally aware of whether or not they're helpful to you, stop doing them. Stop. Identify what is working and focus 80% of your time and your energy right there. That's my challenge to you. If you're writing a personal development plan, a professional development plan, is to go back through your life Think about where I've been most successful. What was the framework? Was it something was it something I studied? Was it a format of what I did? And do it over and over and over and over and over again. Keep on getting better. Now, if you keep on doing the same thing over and over again, and you're not getting the results that you desire, that's a clue. Results leave clues. You've got to change something in the process. You've got to change something in the process. If you're part of our daily emails, I just wrote last week about my failure to meet my goals completing the marathons. I've completed marathons, but I haven't run any because my training program never changed. Never changed. But my awareness wasn't there to be like, oh, I should do something different because this is not serving me to my goal. All right, so just to wrap up real quick, you're going to take the time to take a look at what has worked for me in the past or what has worked for my team, whether it was something we studied or something we did. And everything else, if I cannot prove that it's bringing us closer to the results that we want to see, I'm going to kill it. I'm going to ask them to stop doing it because it's a time waster for now. And we're going to focus all of our time and our energy on this one or two things and get really, really good at them, everybody. Get really, really good. And that's where we're going to focus our time and our energy and all of our studies. Okay? I believe in you. And I believe in your dream. But keep making a difference. And to keep making a difference, you've got to get better every single day. What went well? What went wrong? What am I going to do different tomorrow? That is going to be the difference maker for you. Wherever you're listening, if you're listening on our podcast, please make sure you rate and share and subscribe. If you're listening on YouTube, be a subscriber. If I said something that you like, share it out. Tell me what you like. Even if you didn't like it, go ahead and write a comment. Just let me know. Let me know so I can get better, right? What went well, what went wrong, and what do I need to do to improve? And if you want to learn more about what we do, go to my website at lbleaders.com. That's Leaders Building Leaders, lbleaders.com. And check out our coaching, our training, our consulting opportunities. And it's real easy. All you have to do in the top right-hand corner, you're going to see a button that says schedule a quick call. There's no obligation to that. Click that button. Schedule a call. Let's get on a 15-minute discovery call and see how maybe we have a program that can help you go from success to significance. Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful day. And happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. I'll be thinking of you. And just so you know, you are the true difference makers in our lives. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.